Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to give you guys some major updates on Dune Awakening. As I am recording this video, the second live stream is about to start that is focusing on the combat, but I'd be remiss if I did not let you guys know about an important update regarding Dune Awakening. Yes, the game has been officially delayed. Whenever you see an important update followed by an image with a lot of text on it, it's gotta be a delay. If that's what happens with an upcoming game, it's gotta be a delay. And, you know, they're giving their reasoning. Let's go over it. Dear Sleepers, these are exciting times. We're closing in on launch, and we just initiated a major preview beta where hundreds of journalists and content creators are playing the early parts of the game and will be releasing their coverage on April the 25th. A lot of transparency there. I do appreciate that. These past few weeks, we've been steadily gearing up, releasing the character creator and benchmark mode back in February, starting pre-orders in March, and continuing to release new live streams, videos, and details to keep you informed. We want to thank everyone who has shared in our excitement. It's been a joy reading all of your comments across the various community channels. Our ongoing, persistent closed beta is also continuing in full force with regular updates, and the feedback we've been collecting from the beta testers has been invaluable in making sure we can launch a quality game. We have a very active Discord going with our beta testers where our developers can interact directly with them to ensure we collaboratively make Dune Awakening a better game. Thanks to this process, we've concluded that with a bit more time to cook, we can act on a lot more of the feedback we know is important to our beta testers. As such, we will be moving the release date of Dune Awakening to June the 10th with Head Start launching on June the 5th. Remember, if you do buy the Deluxe Edition or the Ultimate Edition, you do get the 5 days of Head Start. It was supposed to be May 15th and the 20th for the official release for the base game, but now it'll be shifted to June the 5th and June the 10th. This is not a decision we take lightly. We know that everyone is very excited to get playing, but these 3 extra weeks will give us the time needed to make improvements that will lead to a better gameplay experience from day one. We're also excited about the fact that this will allow us to do a large-scale beta weekend next month, where even more of you will get the opportunity to play the game and share your feedback. We will release more information about this soon. Dune Awakening is a beast of a game. This is a multiplayer survival on a massive scale, and we're making gameplay and technical strides not seen in the genre before. We want to make sure we stick the landing. Also, don't forget to tune into today's live stream. Like I said, by the time you guys are watching this video, that live stream would have concluded, or it's ongoing, where our developers will be showing and talking more about the combat in Dune Awakening. Yeah, go check that out as well. I'll be giving some insight onto that. On top of that, a delay for a game like this is something that you have to be very understanding of. This is a game that is going to get persistent content updates and is a live servicey experience where there's going to be free content updates, there's going to be paid content updates. However, when it comes to any game like this that is gonna look for longevity, yes, the updates and its long-term prospect is very important. However, you want to sustain as many players as possible from the initial launch. The initial launch, generally speaking, is gonna be a peak of a game, and the whole goal is to keep a portion of that launch invested into the experience. It's very difficult to keep 100%. It's very difficult to keep 50%. Hell, a lot of games, it's very difficult to keep 30%, 20%. Marvel Rivals is doing a pretty good job of keeping around 30, 40% of its peak concurrent player count, and that's a really, really healthy place to be at. You want to be at that level, but that's because a big portion of that is because Marvel Rivals was a well-received game right out the gate. Dune Awakening needs to be a well-received game right out the gate in terms of keeping that sustainable player count. Obviously, there are games like a No Man's Sky that came out bombed at launch, and then over time it did rebuild itself, but that is a daunting undertaking, and you don't want to go the No Man's Sky route. Look, it's incredible what No Man's Sky did and it rebuilding itself, but who wants to go down that route of doing all of these updates year after year? Some will say adversity is a privilege or something like that, but you want to avoid that if possible, and if delaying the game, refining it, making sure it's as polished as possible for launch for a game like this, I just think it absolutely is the right move to make, especially because there's a healthy level of interest in this game already. I think it's gonna have a sizable amount of hype leading into like the week of the release and on launch day. I think this is a game that's absolutely gonna resonate on the live streaming sector, social media, things like that. But ultimately, that'll get people's foot in the door, and they won't stick around with the experience if it's not a polished experience. And you only have a really, really small and short window to capture people's interest. This gaming landscape landscape is so difficult. It's not just about making a good game anymore. It's about resonating and people investing their time into it, giving it a shot right out the gate. And I think people will give Dune a shot right out the game. It's an IP that is well known, and I think the premise and the aspects of the game do interest people, but ultimately that is just getting people's foot in the door. And that's a hard part of the game that I feel like Dune Awakening has already accomplished. But the fact you've already accomplished that, delaying the game a couple of days, I don't think is the worst thing in the world. In fact, I think it's very, very smart. And it's not like it's a significant delay. If this can iron out some of the bugs, glitches, hiccups, which, mind you, there's gonna be a lot of that even with a delay. This is just one of those games that once this game is unleashed to the masses, that's when we're really gonna get a lot of the issues ironed out. But to make it as good of an experience as possible, where a lot of that is ironed out right out the gate, or as much as possible, again, incredibly, incredibly important. And I do appreciate the level of transparency. And again, they have been doing consistent updates, giving you insight into the game, and they're doing another live stream. Kind of interesting timing where they are announcing this delay leading right into a live stream. I feel like and the timing is kind of interesting. Maybe they thought, hey, a delay will get people upset, but we'll have all of this new information roll out with the combat livestream where there will also be a healthy level of focus on that. And ultimately, the delay isn't that significant. If it was delayed to like August, okay, that would be a little bit of a... that would be a little bit alarming, but a couple of weeks, I would imagine it would be to iron out some of the hiccups here and there that'll ultimately make a more refined experience, a more accessible experience to the user. And, if a 2-week difference is going to make that and it's going to create a more engaging experience right off the bat, I think it's the best route to go. I still think this is going to be one of the bigger games. And you look at those May, June months, especially leading into June, I don't see a lot of major games coming out. And you talk about people, entering their summer break. I think timing-wise, Dune Awakening might find a lot of success there as well. So we'll see how it all ultimately turns out. They haven't updated the date on the Steam page as I'm looking at. It's still listed for May 20th. Remember that June the 10th will be the base game's launch, and that'll be $49.99. The deluxe edition will be on June the 5th. That is $69.99, and that's the edition I would recommend most of you to gravitate towards if you want that early access, however you want to interpret it. The early access, which I know a lot of people want, and that includes the bonus content that will be coming out for the game in the Season Pass. The Ultimate Edition will give you a bunch of cosmetics, digital art book, and soundtrack, which honestly, let's be real, is that really worth it? Probably not. The deluxe edition gets you the Season Pass, and you'll get the Bator armor and a head start as well. So that's the route I would go if you really do want to get the additional content and play early. That's my 2 cents on that. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.